What's going on, everyone? Here we are back, some more Chicago White Sox. We're going to jump into this game here against the Los Angeles Dodgers. This game is going to be a little bit different than our normal. We're just kind of cut through here as Michael Taylor's up to bat in the first, and he takes a strike one. Yeah, I'm going to try to play with some of these video formats as that's a ball and see what really works. Try to get more into these without get more games into them without going through every single pitch, because I do every single pitch. It's going to take like 30 minutes, but strike two, we have a full count here. It just takes 30-40 minutes of a gameplay time, and it's not that great gameplay, so let's just condense it down, kind of skip through here as we're facing Shohei Ohtani. He gets a strike one called, and I'm just going to try to highlight the games if they're not really great games. As he swings and there's a strike two, throws this one, he tips it back. Shohei Ohtani, you can't play with him. You got to get him out as quick as possible because he's always a threat. And there's a ball one. And then after this game, guys, we're going to get into the MLB draft. So if you're ready for the draft, we'll see who we get, as Shohei Ohtani's still tipping stuff away here, trying to stay alive, waiting for that pitch, the pitcher just to mess up. And here comes another one, and that's ball two. So now it counts 2-2. What do? Can't get too aggressive here with Ohtani. Still trying to pitch around him, and he just cranks that one, and it's no doubt gone. Everyone just watching as Ohtani gives the Dodgers their first lead. Matt Thaiss comes up, and he's looking to get his as there's a ball one. We're in the top of the third. It's going to be in game sequential order. And there's ball two. He's throwing really high. I'm not going to be like, oh, here's the third, here's the first quarter, here's the second inning quarter. Quarters are sports and football, basketball, sports. Apparently I cannot talk this morning. And Thaiss gets down 3-1 on the count as he took a big swing there. And this one, ball four. So now the Chicago White Sox have a runner on base, and they kind of left him there. Freddie Freeman comes up, and he gets a ball one. In this game, it was a really good pitching game. A lot of just weak hit pitches. Besides that, well, not besides. Ohtani one up until now was the only good hit pitch. And then Freddie Freeman really gives this one a ride. He's going to go up the center there. Freeman getting on first base. He's only got 31 speed. For some reason, I thought Freeman was faster than that. Yamamoto versus Vaughn now, as they left Freeman stranded. And Vaughn bloops a little dinger in there on the top of the fourth, but he gets left there. Bottom of the sixth, and Freeman is back up to bat. He gets strike one. Up until here, there's like a few strikeouts, mostly just grounders, fly balls hit right at people, or where the defenders don't have to do much but just kind of scoot over. As Freeman now is down 1-2 in the count. So trying to get these a little more action-packed full, as Freeman is now tied up 2-2. Fifth pitch about to be on the way, as Luke Weaver has stepped in now for Thorpe. And Freeman cranks that one over to the corner. It looks like it's going. It might. No, it hits the fence. The right fielder gets it, throws it in. Freeman looking to stretch to third, but he was out by a mile. I don't know who sent him around, but he was no chance at third base right there. As now Cam Boozer comes in trying to help out the Sox, keeps his Dodgers off the board, as Ohtani's back up to bat. He gets a 1-2 down in the count. As he went yard earlier, so you got to be careful for him. I think that was in the first inning. It had to have been like the first inning. And now Ohtani blasts this one. That's a foul ball. Got to start getting scared with Ohtani up. Now it's up 2-2 count once again, and he blasts this one foul once again. Why does down the baselines, it doesn't look like the net is as high, as that's a ball three. And Mookie Betts is going to be up after Ohtani, as this one he knocks another foul ball. They got the nets in the back, but it doesn't look like it's down the sidelines. Maybe it is. It just looks different. It's a very light color, so I can't really notice it, as he's just knocking these down the sidelines. And got to be getting a little worried with Ohtani running your pitch count up on Cam Boozer. Boozer did not do a good job, as he walks him here in the bottom of the seventh. So now they have another scoring threat with Mookie Betts up to bat. This is scary, as Betts takes a strike one. Second pitch coming in, and Betts takes two strikes for, not right down the middle, but over the plate easily. As this one, he bloops it in, and he's going to get himself a base hit. Ohtani holds that second, and he goes back to first. Nice little hit there for Mookie Betts. Max Muncy's up. No one's out, and they got two on there in another threatening position. As Ohtani's always a threat to score. And Muncy rips this one out to the left field. The left fielder's back. He's going to make the catch, but that's going to advance Otani. But how far as the pitch comes in? And he stops at third, so he got first and third. 0-2 count now, and strikes out the side, or not the side, strikes him out. Freeman up, and he hits this one down as they didn't get no one up, so that was a strike out the side. And then this is the next inning. Freeman is up. Sorry, I got a little lost there. As Tommy Edman is now up, and he takes the strike. Fearon still on first base. Is that Freeman? Because he... No, it's not Freeman. Yeah, it has to be Freeman. I don't know who... Now it's down to 31. I thought it said 88 earlier. 88 was the batter. As this one goes into the corner, he hit it there a couple times trying to get it, but finally gets the one to bloop in. And Freeman's coming around home. He dives, and he is safe. Gets in there nice and safe. As this now Taylor's up. They left the other batter on second base. Taylor gets himself a nice little hit. Nice to see Michael Taylor putting up some numbers. Roberts, we got to get Roberts going. I haven't batted well with him at all. He might be looking like a trade option near the deadline, as there is a strike. And the Dodgers win, striking out the inning. So now we fall once again. We're going to get into the draft. I set up my draft board here. Some nice little picks that we're looking at as I'm just going through real quick, seeing who are like my favorite guys. Get this draft underway. I think we picked 10th, I believe, in this draft. So not high, but not super low. So we still have a chance of getting some good talent. This is just a quick breakdown of how the draft works. I was looking and I was like, who's my number one guy here? Who, if he's left on the board, do we go with? Jeff J seems interesting. Orijos, I was looking for good pitchers and some good hitters. Got a guy there with nothing but contact and speed, kind of balanced pitchers here. Some pitchers with just a little bit high, or batters with a little bit high contact. But I want a powerful batter. Like, I like the power in the bats. A guy that can get like 50, 60 contact and then get like 80, 90 power. As Cam Nivea is the first pick by I think that was the Nationals. The second pick, the Angels go with Miguel Almanza. And the third pick goes to the Mariners, and they take Henry Batista. So, I mean, you can see where they're ranked in overall and how we rank tomorrow on our board during those picks. As really, our number one should have been Cam Nieve, but he wasn't. And then we get a nice contact hitter here. We get a good power hitter there. I'm like, which one do I want to go with, power or contact? We get down here. Here's another contact hitter. Down a pretty balanced hitter, a balanced hitter here. Jay's very balanced hitter. Not super fast. He's just going to get on base and get hits. So I'm like, where do we want to go with this for ours? We got some time to think, as it's another high contact hitter. And I go back to Kroger. Kroger's got 82 and 90 and 85 power. And I'm thinking, like, I want the power hitter. Do I take him over a balance, all around balance? The guys, like, Lima's got way better balance compared to Kroger, but Kroger's power is slightly higher. So we're now on the clock, and I'm looking between the two, like, who do I want? Like, Lima looks good. He looks solid. He's going to get on base, but he also had a little lackluster speed, where Kroger's a little bit higher. So we take Kroger, 84 to 94 overall. We ranked him at number 6. The draft had him at 8, and we take him at number 10 here. So Kroger, a nice pick. And then I believe we're just going to get going a little bit faster in this to get to the next round. Maybe we finish out this first round. There's no way we sit here and watch this whole first round. And then Lima goes next. So they're right there, 1 and 2 out of Kroger and Lima. I was really contemplating Lima because, like, he had good power, he had good contact, he had good discipline. He was a decent fielder. He was slow, though. I think he only had like 40 max speed. Whereas you can see we got 79 out of Kroger. And then I think I'm typing here because I do a spreadsheet to keep track of everything, so I know who we got and when we got them. So I can kind of take a look, look at some of these guys. Like, that's another guy. Some of these guys, I'm looking at the power, the speed. Like, I'm looking at Arojo, and he's got good contact and good speed, so he'd probably be like another guy we would want sooner than later. And I'm just kind of flipping through real quick. trying to pick out my next one. I'm like, okay, if these guys are here, who do I really want to target next? And I think I was targeting, I want to say maybe Jeffrey J or Albert Orojo. Orojo, I think, would be a very interesting one. We got the power, you get the speed in front of him, so he can get on base, and then you let Kroger just bring him home every time. Yeah, I keep looking at Albert Orojo. I think he's my next pick that I want. Jeff J, he's got 62 speed max, so he'd be decent. And then Sanders has some good speed there himself. And then we got a pitcher down here who is just kind of a balanced pitcher. So I'm looking like, these shorter ranges, it's like, where would this guy max out? How does he fare compared to another guy? If they're like very similar, who's going to have the better min-max, if that makes sense? So I'm just still going through this first round here, taking some time. It's not going very quick, apparently. We might sit through this whole first 30 picks, I think, and then we're going to skip around. But Albert Orojo, who we're looking at, probably number 1. And then I want to say probably Jeffrey J, and Darius Ray were my number 2, kind of tied. If either one was there, we would take them in the order they're ranked, as Jeffrey J goes here at number 24 to Detroit. So going to keep an eye on that. And Lima went to the Athletics. Batista goes here, another one, Alberto Batista. No relations to Henry as far as I know. I was looking at him again. I was like, what was so special about him? Like, a little bit better contact, a little bit better power, good speed. I'm just kind of taking a look over these top 3 guys, as we didn't really look at them or break them down. So I was showing them off for you guys, seeing how they fared as the 1, 2, and 3. This guy was ranked like 63, and they took him pretty early. And then I was thinking about looking at Jeff J. I'm like, okay, we only got 2 more picks. And then I think I'm going to start speeding it up here to get you guys some good looks. This is a post commentary, so that's probably why I'm not exactly sure 100% what's going on. Because, yeah, and then we speeded up after that 30th pick. And then now we're here in the second round, and Darius Ray was the last guy left. I told you he was probably our number 2, tied with another guy, Jeffrey J. So we take Darius Ray, Ray and J. Jeffrey J and Darius Ray. So Darius Ray taking number 2 in the second round for us, as he's got some pretty good overall ratings. I've kind of learned after just practicing a couple of drafts, their overall is going to be like probably midpoint, so he might be like an 80, 81. As now we're looking here in the third round, we're on the clock, and then I decide to take Antonio Santana, as he's got 51 to 75, and he might be there now, so maybe he'll be playing the bigs earlier. But I thought he had higher upside with his contact and his speed, so I was like, let's give him a shot and see what we can do. I didn't do a great job at scouting this year. Multiple positions. Like, I would just scout individual people, which isn't the best. What you should do is like scout like a section of guys, and then you can go and decide who you want. Like, if you get to like 90, 95, who looks the best. So we get in the 5th round, we're going to go with Alex Santiago. So very nice pick here, as he is 63 to 97 overall, so high potential upside. But he might start out pretty low at 42, so he might take a while to get to the league. Ranked at 101. We ranked him at 102. We take him at 107, so about the right value. We're looking at Johnny Rodriguez. That was the 4th round. So in the 5th round, we take Johnny Rodriguez because he's on the board. Still had some pretty good potential upside there, as he's a 62 to 86, but his batting numbers looked like decent potential with some speed. Like, he could get on base. He got a little bit of power. He had some blues in there. So I'm like, I look at how many blues does he have where can he be an upside player? So at this point, reloaded the draft board, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, these guys got 96, 98. This one, he doesn't have some of those higher blues as the other guy. He's got more greens. I probably should have taken him, actually. But we take Chris Montano, the relief pitcher, here in the 5th round, as he is 18. He's got we didn't scout him at all. I was just looking at those blues on the right and greens and yellows and trying to decide which one gave us the best upside, and that's our draft. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hit that like, hit the subscribe, and we'll get into signing them in the next one.